In 2007, San Francisco State University recruited Dr. Rabab Abdulhadi from her position as the director of the Center for Arab American Studies at the University of Michigan to start a program in Middle Eastern and Muslim studies as per the recommendation of a university task force formed to address SFSU's unfair sanctioning of the General Union of Palestine students on trumped-up charges. Dr. Abdulhadi created the Arab and Muslim Ethnicities and Diaspora Studies program with the active support and involvement of a broad community of justice within and outside SF State. Today, Ahmed has 20 unique courses, all of which are general education certified, that range from Islamophobia, Arab revolutions and Arab social movements, Introduction to Arab and Muslim communities, Civil liberties of Arabs and Muslims post 9/11-2001, Comparative border studies, Palestine and Mexico, Introduction to Arab and Arab American feminisms, and Colonialism, Imperialism, and Resistance. In 2009, Dr. Abdulhadi taught the first class on Palestine at SFSU. The classes have been incredibly popular and now full to capacity and sometimes over-enrolled. With the help of community supporters, Ahmed created the Edward Said Scholarship to promote academic excellence and encourage students to exemplify Edward Said's role model of community engagement. In 2015, Ahmed started a collaborative agreement between SFSU and An-Najah National University in Palestine, the first ever collaboration SFSU has with any Arab or Muslim academic or research institution worldwide.
Ahmed Studies is an academic, community, and research site at the center of which is the indivisibility of justice, a term Professor Abdulhadi coined drawing on the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and the labor movement motto that an injury to one is an injury to all. Well-funded, Islamophobic, anti-Arab, and anti-Palestinian Zionist groups have waged a relentless attack against Professor Abdulhadi. The Ahmed Studies program, the student advocates for justice in Palestine at SFSU. They seek to silence us and destroy the work that we have collectively built in the service of our communities of justice and a better world for our future generations. In 2013, Amkha smeared Dr. Abdulhadi, Ahmed, and the General Union of Palestine students, falsely accusing them of anti-Semitism. In 2014, Amkha and its partners of small but well-funded Zionist groups again sought to smear Dr. Abdulhadi, accusing her of terrorism, anti-Semitism, and criminality. SFSU conducted several redundant audits of her travel expenses going back 5 years and questioning her for her research and collaborative travel to Palestine. Each audit confirmed that Dr. Abdulhadi did nothing wrong. However, the attacks did not stop.
In 2015, Zionists sought to stop in its tracks the Edward Said Scholarship. In the spring of 2016, the ill-reputed Canary Mission smeared Palestinian students and Dr. Abdulhadi, falsely accusing them of anti-Semitism and providing their personal social media sites, which resulted in a barrage of threats, stalking, and access to their personal whereabouts and occupation. In the fall of 2016, Campus Watch and the Middle East Forum, created by Daniel Pipes and David Horowitz, leading Islamophobes and anti-black racists, targeted Professor Abdulhadi. They started a petition demanding that SFSU end its partnership with An-Najah, calling the premier Palestinian university a terrorist site and defaming Dr. Abdulhadi in the process with false charges of terrorism and anti-Semitism. Soon thereafter, David Horowitz and Canary Mission labeled SFSU as one of the top 10 terrorist-supporting universities in the U.S. They then launched a new campaign on SFSU by plastering racist, Islamophobic, and bullying posters against Dr. Abdulhadi, Palestinian students, and Students for Justice in Palestine. These posters were plastered on 26 locations throughout campus. Students found them on the main thoroughfare on 19th Avenue and Holloway, on the garage entrance of the administrative building, in the center of the University Quad, in front of the library, and on Malcolm X Plaza.
Last month, the Horowitz Group launched yet another smear and intimidation campaign, plastering dozens of posters on SFSU campus that targeted Palestinian community leader Rasmia Odeh, Jewish Voice for Peace, and SJP, as well as SFSU Palestinian students and student advocates for justice in Palestine. SFSU administration needs to take these threats seriously and act to end this toxic, hostile, and unsafe work and study campus environment. We urgently need a public and independent investigation commission to find out how these Islamophobic, racist, and bullying posters were put up and why they remained up for hours until students documented them and took them down. SFSU leadership must act to educate itself, its students, faculty, and staff to recognize Islamophobia, anti-Arab discrimination, and hostility to Palestinians when it occurs, instead of dismissing it and describing it as merely offensive. And SFSU needs to immediately reinstate the faculty lines and invest in a real, stable, and viable Ahmed Studies program that meets students' demands to learn about Arab and Muslim communities, challenge Islamophobia and anti-Arab discrimination, mentor students to become the best leaders and organizers who are accountable to their communities and who are committed to an indivisible sense of justice. You can make a difference. Please invest in the future of our youth. Please invest in justice.